HeadSpace Radio, Ep.6. Welcome to the insanity. We'll get into this. This podcast is about politics. Not about politics. It's politics adjacent, meaning that it's about Donald J. Trump, the current president of the United States of America. So if people don't know this guy by the name of Donald Trump, who I believe is better suited to be a comedian. In a parallel universe, I believe he is a comedian. And he gives his hot takes on how he would run the country. And everyone's like, oh my God, this guy's so funny. You should be president. They're like, yeah, I'd be president. And it's like, maybe in another life. And we got the parallel universe where he's president. And quite frankly, it's not going so well. Lack of a better word, man. It's not going so well for dude. You know what I mean? But neither here or there. We can get into that a little bit later, but we're just here to talk about the files. Donnie, man, you put yourself in a position. Oh my God, I wish I had this HeadSpace Radio idea a lot earlier. No, I had the idea earlier. It's just that I didn't act on it sooner. I knew that this guy was... Sorry about that. I still got my in-laws here. But I don't know what I was saying. Look, but here's the thing. I knew that this guy was, a bit of a nut job. I'm not going to lie. Right? But he ran and he just said everything and anything. The way he said things, like, okay, when he's talking about the Epstein file and all that stuff, he's going to release it when he gets into office. This dude made it seem like his ass was innocent. I'm like, yo, Trump, like, if this is the angle you're going with, you better be very confident that your ass ain't on this list. Now, me, I'm not a Trump supporter. I just think the fucking guy's funny, and I think the guy's entertaining. And he's borderline scary, meaning I don't think he's a scary dude. I think the things that he does or thinks that's a great idea is scary. Meaning, like, holy shit, like, you thought this would be a good idea? Anyway, so, yo, he's like, yo, I'm going to release this shit once I'm in office. And, like, you don't talk that big shit if you're also on that list. So I'm like, yo, okay. But see, here's the thing. We've seen videos or GIFs or whatever the hell on social media of him hanging out with Epstein. In fact, he even had a quote saying something about, allegedly, hypothetically, these are all alternative facts. Just putting that out there, that I think he said something along the lines of, Epstein likes them young and, I like them too. I don't know. You guys can comment it at the bottom about this, to be fair. I'm not going to, get too deep into that quote, but you know what I'm saying? And then, so there's no list. And then Ghislaine Maxwell, if I'm saying, is it Ghislaine? Ghislaine, I don't know. Elaine. She's in prison right now. To be fair, she's in one of those prisons where, like, if you live in, let's say, a major city and you pay rent in an apartment, she's probably living better than you, in that prison. She don't get no dick, but, like, she's just in there, right? Because she's in a celebrity prison. I think she's in a celebrity prison, like the one that Martha Stewart went to. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. Allegedly. So, yeah, this guy apparently is on the list. Now, my whole thing was this. To me, there was like a bootleg list that was like running around like 2 years ago. They had everyone, like all the celebrities, certain rappers, certain singers that were married to rappers, people that passed away that did dance moves, stuff like that, right? Comedians, everybody, you name it, right? Princes, kings, oil barons, whatever, right? So, I'm like, I'm like, at best, I think if he isn't on that list, maybe something happened in New York. Allegedly. Allegedly. Hypothetically, allegedly. These are alternative facts. So, I'm just saying, yo, this is a hot mess. This is a hot mess. This is what happens when you get messy people to work for you. This man is now in office and he's like, yo, we're going to put out the JFK files. It's like, bro, that would have been nice if Epstein wasn't a thing. Like, we would have been all over that shit. He's like, you know what? Nah, fuck that. I'm going to go deeper. MLK, I got some more MLK shit. And then, like, Martin Luther King, if people don't understand who MLK is. And I think the fan was like, nah, just release the list, bro. I think that's what happened. Don't quote me on that. And I'm like, damn. So for me, I'm like, bro, the one thing you can do that would shut me up for like at least 7 to 8 months or maybe even a year or two. Yo, if you say there's aliens, bro, if you say there's UFOs, we've been visited, we have contact, and we speak to them on a regular basis, and they're just waiting to make sure we have one currency, and we're all into globalism and, you know, the bullshit they're trying to put us into right now, so we can be the 0.1 or 1 on the Kardashev scale. You know, look that up. See, I'm throwing big words around you don't know about, right? See, see, I'm smart. The Kardashev scale. That's intergalactic thingies. It's all hypothetical shit. So it's like the higher level you are, the more likely you are able to manipulate your surroundings as a planetary system. So we are like point something. And if we reach 1, we're able to harness the power of the sun, 100%, able to mine asteroids. And then 2 is like we can live on other planets and we can build a biosphere of sun. I don't know, whatever. We're talking about perverts. So anyways, so I don't want to ramble on this shit right now. I'm sorry, guys. But yo, if he said aliens existed and then like, you know, he pulls like one of these guys. Let's say, what's the vice president's name? Not Pence. The new guy, the guy that's like they have a gif of him with like a bald head. JD Vance, yeah. He pulls JD Vance out and then he like takes his head off and it's like a fucking lizard or some shit like that. Now see that, I'd be like, oh shit, oh my god, no, that's insane. You know what I mean? I think church would be like, you would have to pay to get into church. Like it would be sold out. Like, you know what I mean? Like we got an evening service, we got a night service, you know, we got shit online. It's something else, man. But I think that's the only thing he's got in his bag. To that and actually doing a good job as a fucking president, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like I think the price of eggs are going back down, which is good. I think gas is going back down. You know, you gotta give dude some credit. I'm not saying you gotta give him all credit, but I'm just saying. Wow, what a world we live in, man. And yo, I live in Canada, so like it'd be nice if you know, these tariffs are kind of fucking things up. Like, trust me, you didn't need to put these tariffs on Canada. We fuck ourselves over already. So that's like you double whammy us, bro. Then you put the steel and aluminum tariffs to 50%, and he's trying to do some other thing where we're paying more. I don't know, man. It's crazy. And then we don't want to build pipelines over here, which is stupid. But sure, okay. My bad. It's been a productive day. I did absolutely nothing today. So yeah. But yeah, man, this is kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, this guy won't release it, and I think it should be released. And to say that there was no list and no videos or nothing, like that's complete bullshit. Like with the whole Diddy thing, they clearly have all that blackmail information. If Diddy has copies of it, like honest to God, hope he does, because I'm not like pro Diddy. I'm just saying, like, bro, all these people that didn't defend you, or didn't say, yeah, this guy's a piece of crap, all quiet. They're all quiet, and I get it. There's times where you should shut the fuck up, and I think that is one of those times. So, what I'm saying is irrelevant or it's contradicting. But not one of you guys spoke on that shit. Not one. You didn't say nothing. You didn't say nothing. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, yo, people were buddy with this guy. This guy went to brunches. But we're saying that there's no video documentations of dudes getting, I'm not praying for like the weirdest things to happen to people or evil things to happen to people. I'm just saying, like, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. And the thing is too, when you're looking at Hollywood, for example, Weinstein, right? He's not the only one doing this shit. That's why I hated the whole Me Too thing. It was so insincere. Like we're just gonna get a few people, one Indian guy, I think is Aziz Ansari. He was on a bad date, but we're gonna try to cancel him because, the date was bad. I'm like, yo, you're a loser for that, ladies. And then like, yo, Harvey Weinstein, he's gotta go. So you're telling me, out of all of Hollywood, a man who's this brazen about how he does things, he's the only one that did it? He fell out of favor. That's my honest opinion. He fell out of favor, allegedly, hypothetically. And someone like this is very brazen and has friends in the industry or had friends in the industry that are doing either the same thing or knew for years it's what this guy was doing. The Creative Family Guy made a joke about that years before this became a public issue, and everyone giggled and laughed because they knew what it was. And I'm not like, I don't usually pick sides when it comes to like liberal or conservative. I think it's more so on the candidate who you believe is going to do a better job. But you know what, quote unquote liberal Hollywood, the place that likes to believe that they're holier than thou and they know better and they're more intellectual than you. And this would be like the second time they've joked or condoned or gave a round of applause to a pervert. I think the other pervert ran off to like France or some shit like that. The director, the pianist, or the piano, I don't know. Don't quote me on this, ladies and gentlemen. But like, yeah, gave this dude a standing ovation. Like, yo, this is insane. What a world we live in. I don't know, man. This is nuts. But Trump, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't feel sorry for you. I'm not gonna sit here and say I feel sorry for you. Like, you won twice, and I think the first time was a goof. Like, he just did it because it was a goof. Like, I'm gonna lose to Hillary, and my Trump brand is gonna be so big. I'm gonna have a Trump hotel in like Dubai. I'm gonna have a Trump hotel everywhere, and they're gonna license my name out for that, and I'm gonna have two spin-offs of The Apprentice and all the other bullshit, and just like that, I'm gonna be back in good graces with the media, with Hollywood. I'm gonna go on Kimmel, he's gonna kiss my ass. I'm gonna go to Stephen Colbert, he's gonna kiss my ass. How rich are you, Donald? Did you really think you're gonna win? Honestly, and he's gonna give you the fluff. But the fucker won. I knew he was gonna win. I'm like, this guy's gonna win. He won. Yo, he said he's gonna build a wall. He says something like, it's like his thing. He has to say some outlandish shit every time he gets into office, like officially. And then it sidetracks all the things that he said he was gonna do. But to be fair, I think he said he was gonna build a wall on his campaign the first time. But he said he's gonna make Mexico pay for it, which in fact they didn't pay for it. And although the wall is a good thing to have, I'm not denying that. it does deter people from entering into the United States. The wall isn't finished, and even if it were finished, which is a good thing, people can just dig. There's been tunnels, so that's gonna be a little tricky. I'm sorry, guys. It's not even that late. Time of this recording, it's 9:01 p.m. on a Wednesday. Sorry, I gotta lose. On a Wednesday. Yeah. So there you have it. My rant on the things, man. I'm just being honest with you, man. Where do I see the outcome of this Donald Trump thing? I think maybe the list comes out. The thing with Trump is, unlike his first term, he has a bunch of yes men around him. Although he tried and fired a good portion of people his first term and got some yes men around him, there was too many people that had independent thought. I'm not saying I agreed with their independent thought. I'm just saying that if you are a Republican and the other guy's a Republican, but you move differently from him and he thinks you're fucking incompetent, I may not agree with what you're doing. So therefore, you're on your own. But now, if I'm running and I have the opportunity to get rid of all the people that, didn't let me run the way I wanted to run, like a dictator, hypothetically speaking, you know, then he's going to get a bunch of yes men and then he's going to be able to do that, shit. I'm not, here's my thing. Here's my unpopular take on this. I think Trump actually cares about America. I think he's just not competent enough to do the things that he says he wants to do. And I'll say this. If Trump was the leader of a developing nation, there would already, the shenanigans that he's doing right now would not work because it would have just destroyed him and the nation. It just so happens he's in control of the most powerful military in the world, the biggest economy in the world. So he does have sway, and people haven't seen something like this ever. So they don't know how to handle this. They don't know how to take this to yo, what the hell is this? Right? So I'm not saying he's complete dummy. I think a broken clock is right twice a day. And there's going to be some victories and a lot of blunders, as we've seen already. Oh, man, I don't know. This is crazy. By projections of this Epstein list thing, though, let's get into this. I think a video gets leaked. And unknown source, maybe someone from the FBI, I don't know. A video gets leaked. And I'm not saying some weirdo shit's on it. I'm just saying that, ooh, bro, this is saying that you were here, Mr. President. And, any other president would have said something like, oh, shit, this is crazy, blah, blah, blah. This guy's like, fuck you. No. So I don't know. I honestly don't know. But listen, guys. Episode 5 is going to be cut down short. I got shit to do over here. I thought I could talk about this forever, but quite frankly, I don't want the FBI, the CIA knocking on my door and shooting me down, shooting me in the back of my head saying it's a suicide with a suicide note written in a right hand. Or, I drowned in a pool somehow, some way. For the record, I'm not suicidal, so I'm just putting that out there. So don't come for me. I'm just speaking my mind. I have literally 2 subscribers, bro. So don't come for me. Don't try to end my life. I'm just chilling. All right. So you already know this is HeadSpace Radio. Thank you. Like and subscribe. If you disagree with what I have to say, leave in the comment section. You think I'm a clown? You think I'm stupid? Leave a comment in the comment section. You agree with what I'm saying? You think I'm brilliant? Leave a comment in the comment section. All right. So thank you. Peace, love, chicken grease. Till next time, we'll talk about something either stupid or intellectually stupid. I don't know if that even makes sense. But, yo, gotta bounce. Peace.